After developing the sensor nodes, we're going to develop the edge and the cloud nodes. For that, please open the folder for this part and let's look inside it. Here we have the completed version of the EI nodes. That includes another data point called combined data point, which combines a different reading from different sensors. And we also have the edge node class that combines data points from all sources. And we also export the edge node so that we can make an instance from it. You have the main edge just like before, which is the front of the edge node we have, and here is how we get the edge node. Like before, we listen to slash and present the combined data points, and we also show a graph of the combined data points. Again, we listen for setting and we listen for commands. So let's compile the whole package and see how it works. So in this case, because we are going to run several sensors and several edge nodes, we're going to add this script into the package.json so that we can run them in parallel simpler. And for that, we also need to install another package called npm run. So we're going to test our platform into two scenarios. The first scenario is just two sensors and an edge, whereas the second scenario is 4 sensors, 2 edges and 1 cloud, as shown here. So this is the second scenario, and the first scenario is only this part. We open another terminal. So now let's run the first scenario that includes 1 edge node and 2 sensors. And here is how we're going to test it. If we go to the web pages, so 3001 is the web page of the first sensor. This is the graph representation of it. 3002 is the second sensor, the graph representation for the data. 4001 is the IP port for the edge node, and as you can see, it shows the data points that it has collected from sensor 1 and sensor 2, and also combined them and specific timestamps. And this is the graph representation for the collected data. Now let's go and run the second scenario that includes 4 sensors, 2 edges and 1 cloud. And we're going to test it just cloud. So like before, we have the sensors up and running. We have the edge up and running, edge 1, and this is the edge 1, and we have the local, and then we have the edge 2, and we have the cloud backend. First of all, the data points from all 4 sensors, 2 connected to the edge 1, 2 connected to the edge 2, and also the graph representation of that. So to see how the platform is actually programmed, we can look into this test file. For example, test 1 shows that we have 2 sensors and 1 edge, and then we have programmed our sensors, and this is how we program the edge. We're telling the edge that you have 2 source nodes, sensor 1 and sensor 2, and if you go to the sensor edge cloud, we would see that after programming the sensors, now we have edge 1 which is backing up sensor 1 and 2, and we have edge 2 that backing up sensor 3 and 4, and then we have the cloud which is backing up edge 1 and 2.